What we use on land can eventually end up in the water. As a result, stormwater runoff is the main threat to water quality across the United States. In South Carolina, bacteria are the primary pollutant of concern, and more waterways are listed as impaired, meaning they don't meet water quality standards for their designated use, due to bacteria more than any other pollutant. Bacteria can come in a variety of sources, often from human and animal waste, and can ultimately limit our ability to swim or harvest fish or shellfish from certain waterways. Coastal waterways are used for many purposes, including recreation, fishing, and shellfish harvesting, and are enjoyed by both residents and tourists. So, if a waterway becomes impaired by bacteria or another pollutant, this can affect both the economic and ecological health of a watershed. The Clean Water Act exists to improve water quality in the United States, and under this legislation, impaired waters may be added to what is known as the 303D list, indicating that they don't meet water quality standards for their designated use. If water bodies remain on the 303D list for a prolonged period of time, they must have a total maximum daily load, or TMDL, developed to limit pollutant discharges and improve water quality. In addition to TMDLs, watershed-based plans can be another tool used to address water pollution by identifying pollution sources and recommending voluntary best management practices, or BMPs. The main objective of a watershed-based plan is to create a guide for the communities across a watershed to reduce the pollutants in water bodies so that they can be enjoyed for recreation, navigation, or shellfish harvesting. In addition to this, plans aim to educate the community about water quality and ways they can reduce water pollution. These objectives are met by establishing an advisory committee to represent stakeholders across the watershed, creating maps of pollution areas, getting feedback from residents about pollution sources and impacts, completing windshield surveys or tours of the watershed, analyzing water quality data, identifying or developing best management practices to mitigate pollution, and including further community engagement activities. This summer, my internship focused on collecting and visualizing data to inform a watershed plan being created for a coastal community with multiple bacteria impairments. I created maps of impaired water bodies, water quality monitoring sites, land use and land cover, and possible pollution sources. However, this was not all that I worked on this summer. I also created an online survey in order to get community feedback, compiled and displayed different data, and performed in-depth research on relevant topics and information. One of the major challenges for this project was devising ways that we could receive feedback from the community, as we were unable to hold in-person meetings due to COVID-19. Instead, we developed surveys and online mapping portals to get feedback from residents. Watershed-based plans are very important to the public because these plans focus on mitigating water quality issues that sometimes pose a public health risk or threat to certain industries in an area like tourism. In addition, watershed-based plans involve significant feedback and input from the communities. The watershed plan I worked on depends a lot on community support and participation so that eventually best management practices can be implemented and one day residents can enjoy all of their waterways by harvesting oysters that are safe for consumption or swimming in healthy waters in the future. The expected outcome is to improve water quality in the watershed over time through the development of this plan, implementing best management practices, and educating local communities. The Baruch Institute of Coastal Ecology and Forest Science works to provide advanced sustainable coastal environments through science. The watershed plan that I worked on this summer is relevant to this mission because it is centered on maintaining or improving the water quality by mitigating pollution for overall ecosystem health and to support community use.